feels good to be back. Just an easy 10K loop on my home trails feels so good. You know, they say you don't know what you've got till it's gone, and I agree. But then I also think that once something's gone for long enough, you can't just recalibrate and forget. And so it's been nice. I couldn't have come a day too soon either, because UTA's 2 months away now. And so I've been making some changes to how I'm approaching training. I've been getting up earlier so I can eat before I run, which I never used to do. And then as soon as I get home, I'm trying to get a protein shake in as soon as possible. And so I guess that's just one of the many marginal gains or 1%ers that I plan on concerning myself with in the coming weeks. You know, for a while now, I've been a proponent of high carb fueling during training and racing. But outside of that, my diet's been pretty lax. And so hopefully a renewed focus on eating enough food and more food serves me well. You know, my lofty goal is to run UTA 100 in 10 and a half hours. And so my theory goes like this, that if 1%ers are all they're cracked up to be, then they should be worth about 5 or 10 minutes each. Stack enough of those 1%ers on top of each other and maybe, just maybe I'm in with a chance. I don't know. But what I do know is that I've never been more motivated to train hard. And so here we are. I'm on a path of trying to eke out all of the performance in all of the different facets of training that I possibly can. So waking up earlier and eating some overnight oats before I train and slamming down a protein shake immediately afterwards. That's where we start. You know, I think in some ways it's actually kind of fun feeling like you're on the back foot. So often when in the middle of a training block for an ultramarathon, running becomes a bit of a drag, but being forced to have so much time off and now chasing what is potentially an unrealistic goal, it's left me in a spot where I'm highly motivated to get out and train and pursue all of the possible marginal gains that I can. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to wake up and want to run. It doesn't always happen, so I guess I'm just trying to appreciate that, which is actually kind of convenient on a day like today because it's pretty miserable outside, and there would have been plenty of times where I would have dragged myself out, but 2 hours in the bush, even in the cold, wet, miserable conditions that are today, I'm actually pretty keen for. 19 and a half kilometers, 650 meters of vert, hour and 50 minutes of running, with 120 grams of carbs per hour. And those are the sort of stats that I'm used to seeing for that run. That's a staple loop within my training week, and I've run it hundreds of times. I was working harder today than I usually have to work to get those stats though. And that should be no surprise. I've not been training a lot, and I'm hopefully on the upward trajectory of fitness. It was with intention that I was working harder though. You see, I've written my own training programs for years now, mostly guided by the 80-20 principle. 80% of my running is really easy, and the other 20 is where I work hard. But I feel like I've fallen victim to the running influencer rhetoric. You see all these guys whinging about how hard it is to stay in zone 2. And so I figured that 80% of my running should just be as easy as possible. but the more that I'm dialing into my heart rates and training zones and intensity of training, the more I'm realizing that the upper end of zone 2 is actually a bit of a push for me. And so I've made a change to how I am distributing my effort over my training week. A lot of my easy runs are now a little bit more of a push than they used to be. Hopefully that's just a little tweak that I can absorb without injury in a training week and puts me in a better spot. I'm coming up on 100 Ks for the week this week, and I don't think I'll get there, and that's okay. 100 Ks is just an arbitrary number, but it does feel good to be hitting some more normal training volumes to what I'm used to, and I feel good. And the training week's not over yet. Still have one more session to get to. Yep. Microphone test, post, poly, annihilating the microphone. I've always tried to be really diligent when it comes to strength training. Successfully so for the most part. Once or twice a week, I'm in the gym for half an hour lifting heavy things. I genuinely believe that there are outsized benefits to be gained from doing so. What I've tweaked in the past few weeks is exactly when I'm doing that strength training in my week. I feel like what I'm lacking at the moment is the stimulus of long runs, multiple hours on my feet running, that just gives you that deep fatigue that you can only really get from doing things for a long time. So after my 2-hour long run this morning, I jumped straight into the gym to do my strength training. My hope is that that will elicit some sort of adaptation that would otherwise only be available from doing long runs. Now I hope that they do come in the coming weeks, but while I'm still sort of nursing my ankle back to full health, I don't want to push things too far, too early. You know, I was having a laugh with some friends just the other morning about how just a few years ago it was all Wim Hof breathing and cold plunges, and these days it's all about saunas and active heat training. And I don't know, maybe I am just a little running fanboy that follows the trends, and in a few years' time I'll look back and laugh about how I thought I was doing the right thing right now. But I think the place I got to is that I want to be better than I've been in the past. And if I keep doing the same thing I've done in the past, then I think it'd be foolish to expect that I'm going to be any better than I have been. So something needs to change. So I've been embracing heat training and uphill treadmill work, looking after my diet and my sleep more than I ever have done before. I'm starting to dabble with bicarb and high carb fueling during training, and I have an expensive pair of shoes in the shopping cart ready to press go on as soon as I get a little bit more funds in the bank account, all with the hope that these are percentage points gains that are going to serve me well. If it doesn't, then I don't know. At least I said I tried. If it doesn't, at least I can say I tried. But it's going to be a fun couple of weeks. The motivation is high, and I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen. Next weekend, we're down in Bright again. Sarah's racing the 100K at Buffalo. I'm down there filming, but hopefully this time I'll actually get out for some runs. We'll see. They're often busy weekends running around with a camera, but I'm hopeful that I can squeeze in some good runs while I'm down there. But until then, that's probably it for this video. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Hopefully this is fun and interesting. If not, then I'm not really sure why you're still here. That's on you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.